Welcome back, everybody. Now, joining me for this segment is Sean Olson, the construction manager for the City of Tacoma, and Josh Krauf, the strategic planning manager for the City of Tacoma. Gentlemen, welcome. And I've already been looking forward to this segment because I love a good film festival. So welcome to both of you today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the first question I have to ask is, why is Environmental Services collaborating on a film festival about stormwater pollution prevention?
Yeah, so that idea kind of spawned from an initiative that we're working on. If it hits the ground, it hits the sound campaign. And so one of the things we wanted to do was to make sure that we're reaching out to our community and giving them an opportunity to provide their interpretation of how to prevent stormwater pollution, with the hopes that maybe there's a learning opportunity for us to reformat the way we are pushing out information to our public about stormwater pollution.
And a film festival came to mind.
And a film festival came to mind.
I mean, I know Tacoma is rife with filmmakers, so that's a great thing to put out there as we try and learn more about stormwater pollution prevention. Now, why do you want to know how or what the community thinks about stormwater pollution prevention?
Well, the reason is that, we're water eccentric in Tacoma, right? We have a lot of watersheds in Tacoma that drain directly to the Puget Sound, along with, the Theophos waterway. So learning the general public's perspective on stormwater pollution is super important to us. We want to make sure that our outreach really hits home with folks to let them know the importance of these waterways.
Well, I think I love that catchphrase you had right at the top when we first started talking, is the ground to sound. If it hits the ground,
it hits the sound.
It hits the sound. Now, I know that as I walk through my neighborhood and take a walk, I always see those stormwater warnings on there that this does go straight out to the sound. What other things does Environmental Services do to help prevent stormwater pollution? What warning signs do you give us? What media do you present to us to say, hey, don't do this?
Well, we do a lot. I mean, one of the primary thing that we do is, or the best thing that we do is street sweeping. And, but we're trying to ensure that the public knows the value of that. So most people, what started this initiative is that most people don't know that stormwater in Tacoma isn't treated. And so what we really need is for everyone to help prevent pollution getting into the water. And so the street sweepers are a big part of that. I can't remember the number, but was it 4,500 dump truck loads that we hauled out last year?
Wow.
650 physical dump trucks of debris was collected from our street in a physical year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
If it's hitting the ground,
It's hitting the sound.
it's hitting the sound.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, those sweepers are getting some of that picked up for everybody. Are there any other things that happens with that? I know I always see the advertisements and things telling me not to wash my car and let it go down the drain, those types of things. What else can we do to make sure that's not happening?
Pick up pet waste. There's different community groups like Oscar's Enemies that are volunteer groups that go around and pick up trash around Tacoma. There's a variety of ways that you can help and prevent pollution.
And I know I live and work in Stadium District. I know I just saw some posters announcing a Stadium District cleanup day coming up very shortly, I think in the next week or so. So that's always a great thing for people to do too, is just go out there and help clean up your community from that. Are there other things? I mean, obviously the cleanup day like Stadium, is there other things the community can do?
Yeah, there's, we have an adopt a drain I think Pierce County has an adopt a drain program that folks can go online and adopt a drain within their neighborhood and make sure that it's nice and tidy and track it. And, that's a good way to support. And there's also pet waste stations that can be installed in your local neighborhood. If you go online and hit the City of Tacoma's webpage and search that, you'll be able to find a mechanism to get that installed in your neighborhood.
Now that is something I did not know about and makes me want to go home and look that up, because we do have a lot of people walk their dogs in our neighborhood, and I'm sometimes like, where are you putting that when you're not, when you're picking that up? Where's that going to? But now, Ground to Sound Film Festival. That's one of the reasons we're here to talk about things today. And I know we got a little bit of the information about how to prevent stormwater pollution, but now we're talking about a film festival that's going to get out there and tell us. Tell me more about the details of the film festival.
Yeah, so the film festival is going to be, excuse me, March 1st at Phillips Hall at UW Tacoma, and it starts at 6 p.m. and it goes to 9 p.m. There's going to be a keynote speaker. They're going to show some of the top films from the youth, teen, and amateur. And there's going to be some poetry reading. There's going to be some mix and mingle. There's going to be some tabling with some local artists. It's just going to be a really collaborative, fun event. It's completely family friendly. You can bring your kids. Hopefully it's just a fun night for people to learn about stormwater pollution prevention, see how some kids, kind of created messaging through their lens, and to include teens and amateurs. I've seen, a lot of the films. There's things you can learn. One of the things that I learned is that they put in a lot of these turf fields, which are made from recycled tires, which some of the chemicals that are really bad for stormwater are in tires. And so one of the youths put together a film, and they talked about that there's this cork field movement that is much safer. And so I would like to see cork fields being installed if that's a fix to some of these environmental problems.
That'd be a great one. I know, especially, I having been on some of the fields in the area, I know I come home and I'm covered in the little beads of rubber, and then you go in the shower and you wash, and you're like, that's going straight down into the drain system as well. So cork probably a much better for our environment with that. You said there were the different tiers of the film festival, that we had the youth, the amateur, and was it teen?
Yes.
Tell me, you mentioned the one student who'd done a film for that. Can you tell us anything about some of the other entries?
Well, there's a variety of different ones that they did. Some of them are, I don't know, like with little messages. Some of them are, a lot of video. There's one that's just shows the different trash and how it travels, and then them going and picking it up. I don't know. What do you remember?
Yeah, there was a lot of submissions. So there's some great content. We're really proud of what we've received. The festival is going to be amazing. Like Josh had said, we have an opportunity to view all of the qualifying submissions that are in the winning categories through the 3 tiers. Just really excited. There's a lot of different content. Too much to remember in the moment, in the space.
So you said, now, are there 5 finalists per tier or just 5 finalists at the film festival?
There's 5 winners per tier.
Per tier. So there'll be a total of 15 films exhibited at the film festival?
The top in each category, so I can't remember if we settled on 2 or 3 from each category, is what's going to show. And I'm not sure, we haven't figured out exactly how they're going to show them at the festival, but everyone's going to be invited, and everyone that shows up that says, hey, I'm going to come, they're going to get a VIP bag that's going to have some fun stuff. The bag's going to, it's going to have some of this Ground to Sound Film Festival imaging on it.
Aha, we are wearing swag as well today.
Yeah. So if they come, they're going to get some swag and some cool things if they show up. And so even if you didn't win, in one of those categories, but you did a film, if you show up, you're going to get a VIP bag. So should make it a fun and engaging experience.
That's wonderful. Now, you said the festival's on March 1st at UWT in Phelps Hall?
Phelps, yeah, I believe that's what it is.
And do people need to RSVP? Do they need to do anything special? Or just show up on that day?
Just show up.
That's going to be a great, great event. Now, with it coming up fast on March 1st, I know there are other elements of the festival as well that happened. I think there was a photo contest as well.
There was a photo contest it's done now, but what people could do is take a photo that they think is connected to the campaign, and they would send it in. I think they had to do a hashtag Ground to Sound, and people came up with some great photos. It was interesting. Some people put a little dialogue with their Ground to Sound that really connected their understanding of the messaging, which was neat. There was one that was like a troll or something.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at, but it was a cool thing that I hadn't seen before.
That's awesome. I feel like we're going to. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that. If it hits the ground, it hits the sound coming out, especially as more people see these films on March 1st. And I think it's a great messaging to get out there. Now, as you are here on the comfy couch, is there anything you want to say out to the community about things that you think they should know going forward?
I think one great thing that the public can keep in mind is that, you know, it takes a collective, it takes the community, it takes each individual to try to do their part when they can do their part to keep our neighborhoods clean, which equates to a clean, healthy, vibrant waterway.
Great. Go ahead.
Oh, just yeah. I mean, when the sweepers are in your neighborhoods, like if you can move your cars and do the things to help support that, then that's the more we can clean up that first line of defense. So,
Great.
Be awesome.
Maybe not 650 dump trucks full this next time through.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sean and Josh, for both being here today. Remember, everyone, March 1st is that festival, and you won't want to miss it. We'll be back in just a moment. And our final guest today, Stuart, who's over at the Cityline Cafe table, hiding behind a tree, will be able to tell us a little bit more about the great things coming up at the Tacoma Audubon Society. We'll see you back shortly.